before we start, full disclosure, I am currently short Palantir in one of our aggressive models at 369 Financial at the time of this recording. This is not a financial advice. This is not a recommendation to do what I'm currently doing to buy, sell, short, or hold any sort of security in it. I may change, hedge, reduce, or close the position at any time. And I have to say this because I am a registered financial professional, not an influencer. So let's get into it. I'm short Palantir, not because I think it's a bad company, not because I think the product is fake, not because I think AI is going away or anything like that. I am short. In my opinion, the stock has run too far, too fast, and the valuation has completely detached from the margin of safety I want as an investor for our clients. And as of May, Palantir is valued over $300 billion. $300 billion. We're talking about a market cap in the same neighborhood as some of the most established companies in the entire planet. Companies like Coca-Cola, American Express. These are businesses with decades of operating history, massive global scale, huge revenues, and a proven cash generation business model. And Palantir may be a great company, but at this valuation, great is not enough for me. And that is the problem. The market is not just pricing Palantir like a good company. It is pricing Palantir like a company that has to execute almost perfectly for probably the next 10 years, not quarters, probably years. And at this price, this company needs massive growth in order to continue the enthusiasm with everything that's going on with AI, strong customer adoption, and basically there's like no room for disappointment or errors. I mean, they just came out with pretty good earnings and went down like more than 5%. So the path is really narrow. And when a stock is priced for perfection, even good results can become not good enough. And that is where my thesis comes from. This is not about whether Palantir is an exciting or not exciting company. I mean, obviously it is. It's gone up a ton. And this is not whether AI is a major trend or not. AI is definitely here to stay, in my opinion. This is really about like the expectations. They're just way too high. And in my opinion, the expectations embedded in the stock are extremely high. When I look at the current valuation compared to the current revenue base that Palantir, the math is just it's not mathing. It just doesn't make any sense. The market is giving Palantir credit today for a huge amount of future growth that still has to happen. Maybe they deliver, maybe they're able to grow into their market cap. I could be 100% wrong, and maybe AI demand stays red hot for the next who knows how long. But for where I'm sitting right now, I feel like there's very little room for error, and that means very little margin of safety. And that is why I'm short on the position. Another point, I'm not seeing any major buybacks on the stock that materially change my opinion to think more bullish rather than bearish based on their current valuation. They give a lot of stock compensation, which is going to dilute investors. And with the bar being so high, if revenue growth slows even a little bit and margins disappoint, even if they're just in line, but most likely what I'm thinking is we're going to see a pullback and that $300 billion market cap is going to come back to a more favorable valuation for Palantir. And I think they're only making they're projected in 2026 to make like $7 or $8 billion in revenue on a $300 billion market cap. That's just nuts. I mean, they could keep executing. I could be 100% wrong. Their AI platform could even become more important to what they're doing in the, does anyone even know what they do? 100%. I mean, they do in government, military, and things like that. But I mean, we've been seeing companies even like Salesforce starting to take government contracts away that Palantir is competing for. So I mean, even companies such as Microsoft are providing services to the same contracts that Palantir is also competing for. So I mean, there's real risk there. I mean, there's momentum risk. I have a short squeeze risk. So no, this is not like me saying Palantir is going to zero. It's a real company with real earnings. And again, like the company's doing some interesting things, to say the least. But my view is just keeping it simple, man. I mean, I think the company may be impressive, but the stock is just like, it's just way out there. Like everything has to go right. And I've seen like folks such as Michael Burry have come out shorting it. And I mean, you just have to like think about the amount of a company is worth the amount of revenues it produces over time. And the amount of revenues that Palantir is currently producing does not make sense for a $300 billion market cap. Again, going back to boring companies such as American Express or Coca-Cola, look at how much revenue in earnings those companies have, and they have less of a valuation in the market than Palantir. Just keeping things simple without even getting into like the deep math on it. So I mean, valuation's where this whole thesis came into play, not drama. I think I'm short at like around 155. I'm back in like August. I know it ran up to like the 210, and I mean, I was tempted to close out my short, but I actually like trimmed a little bit and held it, and have been getting in and out a little bit, adding some, taking off some risk here and there. So I mean, this is my thoughts on Palantir. We'll see how my short goes. I remember posting on Reddit back in August, and I'm still short now, and as of right now we're in the money. So do your own research. I could change this position at any time. We like to be very fluid at 369 Financial, and I'll see you next time. Bye.